Hi everyone, this is Joana from Taste Porto again. I'm back at the fort at my parents' house, and we have an upcoming festivity. We have Intrudo or Carnaval. You might know it more for those big parades you see in Brazil, which won't be happening this year, unfortunately. Here in Portugal, we also have people dressing up and playing a lot of pranks. Carnival is about playing a lot of pranks. But that's not going to happen either because of the pandemic. But there is one tradition that we can still have because it involves a traditional dish. So for Carnival, it is very traditional to have Feijoada. It's our bean stew. There is a reason for that, which I'll explain later. And so I came to my parents' house so we can talk to the queen herself, the chef again, Mommy. Mommy, say hello.
Hello.
And here she is.
Hello.
Oh God. It's Mommy and half the face of a pig. Mommy's very embarrassed, but quite happy with this newfound fame. So if you want to see the whole video of our kitchen shenanigans and my mom telling me off in the kitchen, don't forget to send a private message to Taste Porto and we will send you the link. See you there. So we are here one day before the actual event, let's call it that way, because there is some pre-work to be done. So Mommy is going to have to take care of the meats before she goes into the bean stew itself, which will happen tomorrow. So let's see what she's doing today. So here we have our faithful pressure cooker, the one that Mom says works marvelously, but it has exploded twice. And here we have Mommy, she's quite proud.
It's not ice cream.
Yeah, it's not ice cream. It is pernil. So pernil is an upper part of the leg of the pig. Mommy is showing. There you go. Exactly. That's where it goes. Yes. So we have pernil.
And
we have an ear. Oh, that looks just like your ear.
Yes.
Pig's ear.
We have a smile.
Oh, a smile. Oh God. Yes, a smile. And so that's a part of the nose, right?
Yes.
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 And this is
A chouriço, of course, a meat chouriço. Very good. And we have Mommy's favorite part, the belly, the pork belly. And it all goes into the pan. For how long does it go into the pan, Mom?
1 hour.
1 hour. And it's gonna come out great. So it's gonna cook in water for 1 hour. And about 1 hour. There it goes. And we're gonna cook it in parts. So one part goes and the rest goes after. So this is pre-work. Tomorrow we will have the rest. Hi everyone, and we are back for the important part, I guess, the main part. I'm going to show you the ingredients and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the dish itself and why it's traditional to this time of the year and to this particular festivity, Carnival or Intrudo. Okay, so here we go. So we have our meats that we cooked yesterday. Here they are. Now, what's important, something I think I forgot to mention is the ham. It is a smoked ham, okay? So it's not like the ham that in a lot of cultures you use to roast for Christmas, for instance. Now, this is a smoked ham, okay? So it has a very different taste from the fresh one. We have, these beautiful parts, like the nose that mommy really likes, and the ear. This is another generational thing, you know. People from my parents' generation, they love these parts. And us, the younger ones, sometimes not so much. Not so much. What else are we going to use for our dish? Well, the most important thing, here we have our beans. Now, no shame, these are canned beans, okay? There's no shame in using canned beans. It's okay. You can use the dried ones and boil them yourselves, but honestly, most people will use canned beans. So we have about, I think it's 3 of these big tins here. And then we're going to use, obviously, no Portuguese dish starts without olive oil. We're going to have some carrots, onion, bay leaf, garlics, a little bit of tomato paste. And this is our, well, in our family, it's our preferred brand because it's the one with the less amount of salt. And now a controversial item. Okay, these are grelos. Difficult word to translate to English because there's a couple of different translations. But I guess we would call it greens or turnip greens, not turnip tops, but turnip greens or just greens. These are quite, they have some acidity. They've been boiled, okay? And they're going to be added to the bean stew, to the feijoada. Some people say the feijoada shouldn't have any greens. Those people are wrong. So I'd like to tell you a little bit about the story of this dish and why is it traditional to this time of the year and to this festivity of Intrudo or Carnival. But first, the star has arrived, and let's say, Mommy! Hi, Mommy! Good morning! How are you? You're wearing your Christmas apron. Why?
It's the same.
Oh yes, it's Christmas every day. So mommy is starting with the basic stuff, right? Mm-hmm. No dish in Portuguese culture starts in another way. It's olive oil, garlic, an onion, and of course the bay leaf is already there. So while mommy is starting on this, I want to tell you a little bit about the dish itself. So, to tell you a little bit about why we eat this dish at this time of the year. This is Intrudo or Carnaval, and it all has to do actually with Easter, which is still coming. But it has to do with the period of Lent. We're going to have Lent, which means we're going to have a fast. This happens in many cultures that have been influenced by religion, especially, we're talking particularly the Christian religion. And what happens is between this time of the year and Easter, we are not supposed to eat meat on Fridays. Now, that for the Portuguese is torture. Although we love our fish, of course, we are a fish-eating country, we don't like people saying to us, it's forbidden. So what we do on this day, or on this festivity that we're celebrating today, is we pack as much meat as possible in one meal to try and compensate for the meat we're not going to have for some weeks, because Easter is only... Mommy, when is it Easter this year? It's in April, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's in the beginning of April. So 4 of April. April 4th. So that's a lot of weeks when on Friday we're not supposed to eat meat. So, what's the tradition of this weekend? Because in Trás-os-Montes or Carnival, it's a holiday that's going to take the weekend. You have Saturday and Sunday, then Monday and Tuesday. Tuesday is what we call Terça-feira Gorda, which means Fat Tuesday. And you might know it as Mardi Gras. So what we tend to do, and why do we call it Fat Tuesday? Because it was the day when you would eat the fat meats. So it was traditional to have the cozido, which we've seen already in our first show cooking class. You would have the cozido over the weekend, and then the feijoada with the fat meats on Tuesday. Let us say that's a pretty heavy weekend. I think maybe because of evolution of nutrition, not that many people do both meals at the same time because it's really heavy. And this year with the pandemic, I doubt that anyone is doing both meals because both meals are quite large and you have to have the whole family around to eat everything. We're gonna do the feijoada today. Today is Saturday. And we're gonna celebrate Carnival this way by eating the feijoada. So in the pan, and as you can see, it has to be a large one, a wide one, okay? So there's room for everything. And the first meats that go in after the vegetables are the ones that we didn't cook yesterday, such as the chorizo, because the chorizo didn't go in the water yesterday, okay? So the first ones to be cooked are the ones that let's consider are still raw. They're not raw because, well, the way that we make chorizos, they're not raw, they're smoked, but they still need, you know, that extra heat and cooking time here in the pan. So in they go. And we're then gonna move on to Mommy's favorite part, which is the pork belly. Another culture that uses a lot of pork belly is the Chinese cuisine. Here we go. That's a very good looking chorizo. Not a lot of fat, right? Like Mommy says.
Chorizo made with meat.
Yes, it's we call it a meat chorizo because it's mostly meat. Unlike other chorizos, which can be mostly fat, you know? So, the belly goes in, and that's gonna cook away as well before we get the other meats, which are over there. Okay, so Mommy has opened the pot, and she has added a little bit of water. Now, one might think, oh, why not use the water from the canned beans? Well, Mommy used to do that, but
salty.
Too salty, exactly. People would complain it was too salty because the water of the beans, well, the beans have been cooked already, have been boiled in water with salt. And with all these meats that are salty too, that was too much, right, Mommy? Yeah. So she has changed her recipe, the way she does it. She does not use the water of the beans. Actually, I showed you the beans before. They're over there. She rinses the beans. She washes them. And she does not use the water anymore. She adds just regular water.
And I don't use the water with that cook
yes,
this meat because it's too smoky.
Yes. So mommy says you can't, well, you shouldn't use really the water in which you've cooked the meats already. That's what we did yesterday, because the water has a very distinct smoky flavor that it's just too much for the whole dish. So plain water, 1 cup is fine. Okay.
Yeah.
So here we have mommy trimming some of the excess fat. Okay, as you can see, the pot has calmed down with the chorizo, the belly, and the onion, and there we go. Look at that. It's simmering, okay? It's boiling, but at a lower temperature. And while it's doing that, mommy's gonna trim some of the excess fat because there's no need to have so much fat. And she's also cutting into smaller pieces the presunto, all the meats that go in, because obviously, oh, that's the ear. Did the pig have earrings, mommy?
Yeah.
Yeah? Were they gold earrings?
Yeah.
Oh, it was
some of them. When some owners put rings.
Oh yes, the tag. Tag.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, and sometimes they come still wearing the tag.
Yeah.
Not this one though. This one was
in this house. They are mine.
Oh yes, in this house earrings belong to
Yes.
mommy. Yeah, look at that. Yes. Mommy's very proud of her earrings.
Yeah.
Mommy's big fan, well, we all are big fans of Portuguese traditional jewelry, and mommy comes from the land of gold, the land of Portuguese filigree, Gondomar, so we're very proud of that too.
Yeah, yeah.
How did we go from pork to jewelry? Weird family.
Eu fico toda emoção.
Mommy is suffering from every cook with glasses problem, which is the fogging up of the glasses.
I don't have.
You don't have screen wipers. I think that's how they're called. So we're adding the meats. Okay, meats are going in. Now you may think, you may be starting to think, how is mommy going to fit everything in one pan? Well, she's not. No, we have to use a second one. Okay, so we do use a second one. We always use a second one. We don't have a big enough pan to do it all in one pan. So mommy, the absolute magician, will be working 2 pans at a time. Yeah, it's easy peasy for her. Look at that. Wish you could smell it. It's really lovely perfume. This should be a perfume, mommy, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. No Chanel number 5. No. Eau de pig.
Garlic and onion number 5.
Oh, garlic and onion number 5. I would say eau de pig.
Okay.
Eau de pig? You're okay with that one?
But clean.
Yeah, clean pig. Yes.
Clean.
No. Okay.
Okay.
Aha, bay leaf. Yes, we were discussing how important it is to find the bay leaf before you add the greens, because if you add the greens with the bay leaf inside, you'll never find it, and then somebody will chew on it, and it's a horrible taste. So mommy put the bay leaf in a position where we could find it easily. So it's gonna simmer now for, how long is it gonna simmer, mommy?
Half an hour.
Half an hour.
No, 20 minutes.
20 minutes. our, well, it's not simmering, it's actually boiling. As you can see, it's in the maximum temperature.
Yep.
But mommy is going to bring it down to
5.
To 5, okay, to half. So it's gonna simmer at half temperature, so medium temperature, for about 20 minutes. And that's when we will later split into pans. We'll add the greens and we'll add the beans as well. And now we're gonna do a little bit of archaeology, finding the lost leaf of bay. Oh, okay, not that difficult, it's right there.
With one hand?
With one hand, mommy's going to, yes, of course, she's going to burn herself. There it is. And we are going to add in the greens. There we go. Ooh, it's like fireworks. Now the greens go in, like I told you before, that some people say that feijoada shouldn't have greens, and I've said those people are wrong. This is because I like this recipe better. There is a recipe that doesn't have the greens. It is a different recipe. It's with white beans instead of red. It doesn't have the greens, and it has less fatty meats. Okay, but this recipe that mommy is doing, and this is the one that she has always done ever since I was a kid, this is the traditional recipe of Trás-os-Montes. Trás-os-Montes is our northeast region, our most mountainous, well, not a, yeah, our mountainous region, okay? And it's very cold at this time of the year. Actually, I think it's snowing there right now, if I'm not mistaken. So it makes sense that this recipe has a lot more, well, let's say energy, because it's a lot more meat and it has those greens. Yummy. Oh, that is my favorite part. These are the bits of the ham. As you can see, it's a very pink meat. Look at that. Oh, it's so good. So good. So I'll be eating that while mommy will be eating these parts. Yeah. Don't ask me why. Okay, so we're stirring the pot and we've tasted it, and guess what? Even though we didn't add any salt, even though mommy cut off a lot of the shrimp fat, even though we didn't use the water in which the meats were cooked or the bean water, it was still a bit salty. So we had to add a little bit more water, okay? That tends to happen because remember that all the meats that are being used are meats that are high in salt content. That's how they're preserved. It's by the salts and by the smoke. And here's the second pot. We're gonna have a transfer moment so that we can make room for the beans. And of course, being just 3 of us here at home right now, we are not going to eat all of this. We are not monsters. But first of all, I don't think it's possible to make a small dosage of feijoada, right, mommy? I mean, yeah. It's not possible. You always make a lot of it. And then what we do is we distribute through various houses. So there will be a portion for my sister's house and for our best friend's house. And that will be my mission, which is to go...
Quando não há pandemia, juntamos os todos.
Yes, of course. So mommy's saying when there's no pandemic, everyone comes to this house and eats the feijoada here. But because, well, we're living these strange, weird times, this is how we're going to do it. So I will be the takeaway, the Uber person tomorrow. Because here's another fact about feijoada, and mommy will agree with me. Mommy, isn't it true that feijoada is always better the next day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's much, much better.
It's a mystery. Not entirely sure why, but tomorrow, heated in the microwave, it's even better.
No, all the stuff that's meat are better in the day after.
Yeah. So tomorrow I'll be the Uber Eats person, and I'll be taking several doses of this to other households. And it'll all be very sanitary. Don't worry, I'll be wearing my mask and my gloves, just like an Uber person. So now we have the 2 pots going. We have the red beans that have gone in. So you can see it's red beans and not white, like the other type of feijoada I've told you about. And you can see the color that the greens bring in. You definitely have to have the greens. It's so much better.
We need some liquid.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Here.
Mom's transferring some liquid to the other one.
Okay.
And now we're gonna close both pots. And how long will they stay here, Mommy?
I don't know.
It's
When it's tasty?
okay. So that's one of the
Half an hour.
maybe half an hour.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's something you need to learn about cooking with my mom is, Mom, what portion, how much kilos, how many spoons of this are you using? And the answer is a pinch. So you always have to, it's guessing, it's elegance.
A family secret.
It's a family secret, she says. And my mom actually is somebody who is so happy to share her recipes. She gives her recipes to anyone that asks, but then everyone says, it didn't come out exactly how Teresa does it. And the reason why is because she makes it up as she goes along. So it's very difficult to replicate her exact recipes because, well,
No, it's
that's
not.
how... Yes, it is, Mom.
No.
Yes. That's how she cooks, but if you think
You
about
don't
it,
pay
that's
attention.
how all moms cook.
You don't pay attention.
Oh, now it's my fault. Now it's my fault.
Mas
So, as you can see, we have both pots. It helps to have a kitchen as big as this. And we have both pots going at 4, as you can see. And since this pot has a glass top, we can see better. So it's just lightly simmering. And the whole idea here is to apurar. Apurar means to gain all the flavors, okay? Make the flavors come out. At this precise moment, I can't remember if there's a specific term in English for apurar. If that is, you can tell me in the comments later on.
You got it.
As the pots are simmering away and gaining all, the meats are all, gaining all the flavors and they're mixing everything together. I want to tell you about a little discussion, okay? One of those national discussions. You know how in Spain they have this huge discussion about whether tortilla should have onion or not, and it's the type of discussion that it'll break families apart. So we have a discussion about rice, whether we should have rice with this dish or not. Well, if it's feijoada branca, so white bean stew, that means it's done with white beans. It is traditional to have it with rice, okay? This one, the one with the red beans, the one traditional to Trás-os-Montes, is not traditional to have rice, no matter what our friends say, because we do have one friend who will not have this without his rice. So it is a big discussion. If he was here, my mom would make rice just for him because we love him so much. But it is not traditional to this recipe, no matter what anyone says. That's period. And if you do eat it, I mean, the dish is so strong. Personally, me and mom, we don't think we need the rice. We understand that it's really nice to have the rice and all the sauce. It's really tasty. But if you think about need, you don't really need it. The dish doesn't need the rice. There's enough going on. But it is quite the discussion, and people will get really heated about this. It's just one of those that breaks families apart. Okay, we are coming up to the point. So we can see a difference between the two pots, okay? I don't know, that one's also ready. So how do we know it's ready? When it starts to stick a little bit to the bottom and most of the water has evaporated and turned into a thicker sauce. Okay, that's how you know that it's ready.
It's ready.
It's ready. It looks so good and it smells so wonderfully.
5 or 10 minutes.
More and then we're done?
Without.
Yes. So 5 to 10 minutes in residual heat. Okay, so it's all turned off and it's just gonna stay there and think.
Yeah.
And reflect, right?
Sleep.
It's gonna sleep a little bit and then we'll attack.
It's tired.
It's very tired. It's been working all morning. So thank you, Mommy, once again. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
Aww.
Thank you.
We hope you've enjoyed our kitchen shenanigans, this time with our bean stew. And now we say goodbye because we're hungry. Haha. Bye. Bye. Oh boy, that was a long meal. And it was so good. But I have a confession to make. You know how I told you that I don't like those weird parts of the pork? And the ear and the nose and the face and the lips? Well, guess what? The lips are amazing. They're so good. The nose, nah. The ear, I still don't like it. But this part here, oh my God. It has this buttery taste. Wow. This is why I keep forcing myself to taste things that I think I don't like, because I know our palate changes with age. And not in a million years as a kid, I would have liked that. And well, my mom, I can only tell you how proud my mom was that I was eating the lips of the pig. I know it doesn't sound good, but it really tastes good. So that's my advice. Keep trying stuff because you might find that your taste has changed. See you on the next time.